In the northern part of this country lies a people who are so beautiful, who are so resilient and handsome. Yes, I'm talking about the Pearl of Africa, and I'm talking about the Acholi people. Their famous Raka Raka dance is fascinating to watch. Well, today in studio, I host a woman from the Acholi land. She will be telling us more about the customs and traditions of this culture. She is the reigning Miss Tourism Northern Uganda, and so happy and proud to have her in studio. I'm Sharon. Welcome to Cultural Connect.
Thank you. Thank you for hosting me.
Would you please briefly introduce yourself to our viewers?
Hello viewers. My name is Acholi, first runners-up Miss Tourism Northern Uganda. I'm glad to be on this show today.
Wow, you're so smart and you're looking beautiful.
Thank you. Look at yourself. You look fine too. Thank you.
Wow, that you have on your head, what is it? What does it represent?
This shows I'm a queen.
Yes.
Okay. This crown you're awarded when you contest. I got it as a result of running for Miss Tourism Northern Uganda, and I emerged as the winner. So this is it's a representation of my reign and what I represent.
So you're the current Miss Tourism.
Yeah, first runners up Miss Tourism Northern Uganda.
Are you the most beautiful woman from Northern Uganda?
Well, that's another way of saying it, but what Miss Tourism actually means is you're a tourism ambassador of your region. What I do, I'm responsible for selling my region, the tourism aspect, to the outside world. This is an initiative to promote domestic tourism, to encourage you, to encourage other people to go and visit Northern Uganda and explore the beautiful cultures and the physical features we have. So this is actually an invite to you. You're welcome to Northern.
Could you briefly take us through Northern Uganda? You specifically come from Acholi.
Yes.
Personally, I've known Acholi people has aggressive people. Yeah? People who fight. Oh my God. Would you briefly first take us, how did you come to be Acholis? How do people greet? Your origin, where you came from?
Well, I think I should start from Northern Uganda. When you talk of Northern Uganda, people actually don't understand what constitutes Northern Uganda.
Okay.
Now, in tourism, Northern Uganda is comprised of two specific tribes, that is the Acholi and the Lango people. Yeah, and it has over 16 districts. And where I come from Acholi sub-region, but I speak for both the Acholi and the Lao people. And a bit on the history of the Acholi people, we are a group of the Nilo Hamites, which are believed to have come from the South Sudan and settled in the northern parts of this region. So the Acholi, we don't only exist in Northern Uganda. There's another group of the Acholi people who are existing in Sudan.
So there's some other group in Sudan.
Yeah.
Some group which was left in Sudan.
Yeah.
So
they are part of the Acholi people. So we have the Acholi people in Uganda, northern part of Uganda, and the Acholi in Sudan. We speak almost the same language, but the cultures are correlating.
It's a bit different, but they are similar somehow.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us, I mean, some cultures, of course, they have, you can say this was our grandfather.
Okay.
This is how we came into existence. I've heard about that story of Gipiri and Labong, then the spear.
Yeah. Now, the story of the Gipiri and Labong, it's a basis of the Luo communities. Yeah. They don't pinpoint to a particular tribe. This is the Acholi. This is because of the Langi. This is the Lur, because the Luo community is wide. It consists of the Lur people. It consists of the Lao people. It consists of the Acholi people, and so many others. Now it's believed the grandfather of the Luo people. Now the Acholi people we are comprised, we live in what we call Chiefdom. The Gipiri and Labong, as I said, it's the foundation of the Luo communities. There is no particular pinpoint that it's the history of the Acholi, it's history of the Lango people, the Alur. Though most people actually say it's the Langi, one of the side, the Gipiri and the Labong was the Acholis and the Lurs. Well, we consider it as a history of all the Luo communities. Now, the Acholi, we are organized in what we call chiefdoms. We have the head, the person, as in Buganda, you have the Kabaka. Now, for us, we have a chief. He's called David Onen Chan.
Okay.
Yeah, Achana.
Okay.
Yes, that's our chief. But also
is your chief or is the king?
We don't have kings, we have chiefdoms. Yeah, we don't have a kingdom, we have a chiefdom. And our head chief is what? Ruoth Achana, His Royal Highness, Ruoth Achana David. Yes.
Okay.
And now we are subdivided into clans, and each clan has its own chief who is responsible for its own people.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us, do you have clans? This thing of chiefdoms, do they vote?
Okay, that's interesting. So the chief of the Acholi people, that is His Royal Highness Onenchan David Achana, he was coronated in 2005 January, and every year there is a celebration to commemorate his coronation. Now, if you're the chief of the Acholi people, you reign until your death. Yes, and he's the one responsible for appointing the person who is supposed to go after him, to succeed him. And now the person he appoints it doesn't have to be his son or directly his biological lineage, but has to come from his clan. And that is the royal clan, they call it Paira, they come from Paira.
They come from Paira. So before the king dies, he has to choose.
Yes, they are brothers. So now the Lango, it's also organized into chiefdoms. Its head is called Wonyashi. Wonyashi, who is responsible for the Lango people. He's the overall chief of the Lango people. And then they're also subdivided. They're organized and into clans. And the person responsible for leading those clans, there is the Awitong. Each clan has what they call Awitong.
Wow.
Yeah, as they actually have wrote.
Mr. is here telling, pronouncing those words better. And anyway, I love it when I host someone and someone can speak their language. Oh my God, it really encourages me. Miss Akot.
Yes.
Akot Abalo.
Yes.
Abalo is your clan name.
Both are my clan names. Akot is more of a family name, so Abalo is the name I have. But you know, as we the Acholi people, there are meanings attached to names. Yeah, a child is named as a result of something, a circumstance surrounding his birth. Yeah, so there is a meaning to every name.
So for you were named. What happened? Your parents to name you Abalo? Eh?
Now Akot, the reason why I'm called Akot, when they gave birth to me, this is actually interesting. When they gave birth to me, normally as a child you come out, yeah, my umbilical cord, it had water inside. So that now for us, Kot is rain.
Okay.
Yeah, so now that's water that came out of my umbilical cord is rain. They look at it like as a sign of rain. So now Akot, more you can say goddess of rain.
So they decided to name you Akot.
Yes.
Well, Akot, in your culture, of course in every culture, there's a way they greet.
Yes.
Say some cultures, women kneel, men stand.
Yeah.
They have those words. Would you briefly take us through the greetings from the Acholi?
Now, that's very interesting. The Acholi people, the common greeting everyone knows is Kopango.
Everyone has heard about Kopango.
Yeah, everyone knows about Kopango. So if you wake up in the morning, if you want to greet an Acholi, you say Icho Mabe.
Icho Mabe.
Like, have you woken up okay? Icho Mabe. Then you say Be. If you've woken up well, you say Be. Like, yeah, I woke up all right.
So if it's evening, evening time?
We don't have a specific time, a specific greeting for evening, but you can say Iri Mabe, like, how are you? How is your going? Yeah, it's a greeting during the course of the day.
There's some people who think that people in northern Uganda don't kneel.
Oh! Okay.
I think it's only in Buganda where people kneel. So how do you do it?
Well, now the thing about the Acholi, our culture is so rich and so deep-rooted, and kneeling is very essential for an Acholi woman. It's a sign of respect. You kneel for anyone who is above you. It's to your superior. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're slightly older than me, I'll have to come and kneel for you. But of course, you know, with times and circumstances, education and all that, most of these cultures are tending to erode. But in Acholi culture, kneeling is very important for a woman. Nice. You greet while kneeling. And the boys, you stand, but you greet a person with both your hands.
Okay.
Yeah.
A boy stands.
Yeah, but you greet with both your hands while bowing a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about, do people also have norms? You know, there are people who say, for us, we don't eat chicken.
The taboos.
Yeah, the taboos. For us, we don't eat, you know, cow's meat, something like that. What do people have from that side?
Well, now as the Acholi people, we have the taboos, which most of us actually, we found when they were eroded, yeah? Most of those cultures, women are not supposed to eat chicken. We have bypassed those eras, yeah?
Yes.
But the things which we have, and we are still deep-rooted at, we are grouped into clans. And clans have totems, yeah?
Okay.
Just like other kingdoms and the Uganda and all that, we have totems. Now the symbol, the overall symbol that represents the Acholi people is an elephant. We call it liech.
Liech. Oh my God, I'm also learning some words here. Liech. An elephant is called liech.
Yes, we call it liech. Now it represents, we associate with the elephant because of its strength. Yeah,
It's actually people. If you marry an Acholi woman,
yeah, we are warriors.
They say she can slap you.
No, I think that's a misconception people have about the Acholi people. But in general, Acholi people are very hospitable people. They are one of the most hospitable people you'll find. If you go to an Acholi land and you're stuck up somewhere, you won't fail to find a place to sleep. You won't find to get drinking water or somewhere to, you know, family to house you, whether you're a stranger or not, because we have that sense of community shape as the people. Yeah.
So in actually the people who are hospitable.
Yeah, we are very hospitable people. But then there is also one thing. Now, an Acholi woman. People say Acholi women are aggressive.
Yes.
Okay, this is the thing. We are very nice and calm people. But one thing I can also assure you of, you don't cross the line with an Acholi woman. We saw with our mothers.
Okay.
They are very nice people, but they are also strict and upright. So the toughness bit you'll see when you're trying to cross boundaries. So the toughness comes when they're trying to stop you from doing what is not right, which cuts across every culture. Everyone does the same, but yeah, I think we tend to we affirm our assertiveness more.
Because of your symbol, the elephant.
Yeah.
That's what makes you people. Makes you people strong. If in every of course in life, let me say generally in life, and still in every culture, when a lady grows up or a man has grown up, someone wants to move out, get maybe a wife, someone gets a husband. Now you people in northern Uganda still Acholis.
Yes.
Someone wants let me first talk for the side of the parents.
Okay.
Is it the parents who choose a partner for their child, or it's the children?
It's the children that are responsible for getting their own marriage partners. Now, for example, the Acholi, as I said, our culture is so rich that it provides for avenues which you can use to get a marriage partner. For example, we have over 8 traditional dances.
Okay.
Yes, and one of them is La Raka Raka. Now, La Raka Raka is a courtship dance.
Hey, that famous La Raka Raka dance.
No, La Raka Raka is a courtship dance. It's majorly danced by young people who are looking for potential partners.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, no, by the way, we used to have that dance in school. I didn't know it was for courtship.
Yeah, it's for courtship. So you didn't come back with a partner.
No, that's what I missed. I didn't get a partner.
Okay, it's for entertainment, but also it's for young people who are looking for potential partners to get. Now, this comes in this way. You see how the dance is. The boys stand together, then they strike the calabash, which we call it agwara. The music instrument where the sound comes from.
Okay.
The young men stand together as they have the ostrich feathers and all that, well decorated, while dancing and singing. And the women come, the men sing and strike the musical instruments. The women come and dances in silence, yes, while looking at which potential man they can take at the end of the day. Now the men on their dance,
is it the women take or the men to choose?
the women sport, the men dance, the women come, then they sport. If you've seen, because the men be on one side and the women on the other side. So if you see someone, you feel, okay, this one looks good, this is okay. Then the girl walks over to that person and starts dancing with that particular man. And then they move a bit away from the circle, try to have the conversation, and then when they get to know each other well, they come back and join the circle. And that's now how the process of the marriage can also begin.
So that's how it was.
That's one of the ways in which you can get a marriage partner. But ideally, it's upon the children to look for their partners. Then they go ahead and present to the parents.
Okay, so but what you say that if maybe, let me say, that dance, if a lady sports, they go the other side to have a conversation. What if the man refuses?